Hey everyone, and welcome back to Hess Hogs 4. Today I have a couple of my hog helpers. I have Ava and I have Reese. Girls, can you say hi?
Hi!
And we are going to make a surf and turf tonight. We figured we'd bundle a video, if you will. We're just going to walk through the steps. That sound like fun to you two?
Yeah.
Alright, so the first thing we do is we've got some ribeyes. I picked these ribeyes up from Grillo's Chop House, Chop and Barrel House. It's right there in Lake St. Louis by Walmart. He cut these for me. They're great looking cuts of ribeyes. If you want to come a little bit closer, you can see good marbling. It's right here from in Missouri where he gets the meat from. And so thank you guys for being open and looking forward to making these great cuts of beef. What we did first, after we bought them, I got them home and I marinated them. Now, I used Cosmos and I marinated it in the brisket mop. It's just an hour that I put the marinade on there. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, you really need to. After we marinated it, girls, we pulled it out and we've let it sit on the counter for about 20 minutes. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna season it, right?
Yeah.
Now, what type of seasoning should we use? Should we use some Cosmos seasoning?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, so the first seasoning, yes, right, Ava? The first seasoning we're going to use is Cosmos Hot Cow Cover, and that's going to be the first rub that we put on. Now, this is going to have a lot of layers of flavor, and you really can't over season this piece of meat. It's just not possible. So we put that on there first, and we'll get the sides as well whenever we go to turn it. The second one I want to use is Dirty Bird Hot, which is just a great rub from Cosmos, and it goes really well with the cow cover. So we get that application on there, if you will. And the third one I want to use is Cosmos Texas Beef. And this just helps finish it off. I'm not going to use as much when it comes to that because it doesn't need as much. We're going to just put a light coating on that on there. And then now, girls, what we got to do? We got to flip it over, right?
Yeah, and put more.
And more. That's right, Reese. You're absolutely right. So we're doing that, and we're making sure we don't waste any of the rub. We're picking up the rub on the sides because you want to have a good, even amount on the sides as well. And we're going to just repeat. So we're going to do the same thing. Put that application on. That's the Dirty Bird Hot. And while we're doing this, we've got our smoker going. We're using Blues Hog lump charcoal. We're going to use pecan wood for the smoke, and we're going to get the temp right at 275 degrees. It's a pretty universal temp for doing these, and what we're going to need with the lobster. And then again, we're just going to finish it off with a little of our Texas beef. Now you'll see I've got Cosmos Reserve Blend sitting out as well. That's going to be, once we let it rest, we'll add that on there. Not a lot, Reese, just a little bit. It just helps complete the whole package. So steaks are seasoned, so what we're going to do with that is we're going to get our cutting board and we're going to transfer them out of the way so we can dive into our big, huge lobster tails. I know. You girls are excited about the lobster tails, aren't you? I thought you were. So we get that up and over. Okay, back from a little technical difficulty, wouldn't you say, girls?
Yes.
The lobsters are a lot stronger than they look, so make sure you do it safely and have a sharp knife. And I did both, but let me tell you, it takes some doing. So through the miracle of time, I have already cut these lobster tails open. That out of the way. And all we're gonna do, girls, when we do our lobster tails, and we got this at Sam's Club, it's real simple. We're gonna use a little olive oil. We'll just do one. And we'll baste that. We're gonna baste it with olive oil. And then from there, we're gonna keep it simple. We're gonna use a little SPG, that's salt, pepper, and garlic. We're gonna use Cosmos brand, right? And we're just gonna lightly season those.
Like sprinkles.
That's right. We're just going to sprinkle it a bit. Yeah. And then from there, in this pan right here, I have 3 sticks of unsalted butter. Walmart brand is fine. I zested a lemon. And then I have some fresh lemon juice, some minced garlic, and then some parsley. And what we're going to do is we're going to put that on the smoker, let the butter melt down, add everything in there, and that's what we're going to use to baste the lobster with, and then really just put in the pan. Now when we finish the lobster and we finish the ribeyes, we're going to sear them both off with our duck fat. If you've not had a chance to use some duck fat, let me tell you, it'll change your life. And then after we sear them off with the duck fat, we're going to take our ribeyes and we're going to use Cosmo's Reserve Blend seasoning, and we're going to put that on there probably the last 15 minutes, Reese, while the steaks rest, and then it'll be time to eat. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you soon. Welcome back. Had to do this just to get back at them. But right now we've got our smoker at 275, right, girls?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna have you step out of the way real quick, girls, and we're gonna show them what we're gonna do. So we put the butter on, and I put the steaks on already, just to save a little time. So you can see the butter is already starting to melt from the smoke and then direct heat, and we're just gonna add our lemon juice. We're going to add, I mix it together, but our minced garlic and our zest of lemon. And, girls, can I give that to you? Want you to hold that, please? Thank you. And our chopped parsley. I like the chopped parsley. The reason why I don't put a salt or pepper in there is that, well, I've already put salt and pepper on here with olive oil. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to mix this together like so. And it's longer than you want to have a lid open, but we'll make up the temperature here in a couple minutes. And then from here, all we're going to do is we're going to take our lobster tails. Girls, you listening? Yeah. Take our lobster tails and we're going to dip them down. We're going to dip them over. And then we're going to put them meat side down. Right, Reese? And we're going to do it for all 4 of them. And we're going to leave them down for right at 15 minutes. So we got 2 more to go. Number 3 and number 4. And we got it meat side down. We're going to leave that on there as well. We're going to close it up. Check it in 15 minutes. Flip them and we're underway. The steaks we're going to give 30 minutes before we turn those. And we're looking for a temperature about 125, 130 at most for the steaks to let them rest. So climb up about 140, 145. See you soon, guys. Thanks for watching. Okay, it's been 15 minutes. And we're going to open this up, and when we open this up, we're going to take the lobster tails, we're going to dip them back in our butter mixture, if you will, and then we're going to put them shell side down and let the meat stay up just to get some more smoke on it. But if you come on over, you kind of see these are looking pretty doggone good. So, same drill. Do that, shell side up. I'm ready to eat these right now. 3 and number 4. I don't want our steaks to be left out, but they're coming along really nice as well. They're about probably 10 minutes before I turn them. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Okay, we're 30 minutes into our cook, and we're going to open it up. We're going to check the temp on the ribeyes, and we're going to check the temp on the lobster. The lobster, when I go to pull it, I'm going to want it at about 120 degrees. The reason I want it at 120 is when I do the sear on it, it's going to bring that temp up some more, and lobster is done at 140. If you overcook it, it's all chewy, and really it's just a waste of time and effort. And on our ribeyes, we're going to temp those as well, just see where they're at after 30 minutes in here. And I'm looking at about 125 to 127 degrees when I pull those. And again, it'll be the same thing. When I do the sear, that's going to bring the temperature up. And when they rest, they'll climb probably another 10 degrees. So enough talk. Let's get to looking. And before I do that, let's make it official. Okay. So we're going to open it up. Oh, wow. Look at those tails. These are looking great. These are temping. They're right at the temp we want them at. So at 120, yep, 122 degrees. So they are right on point. And our ribeyes, before I do it, we're just gonna kind of hit them in the middle and see. And they are 105. The other ones are a little bit smaller. It's 118. So pretty good difference in the temperature on those. So when I flip them, I'm only going to give them another 15 minutes max on here. I don't ever want to overcook it. And the lobster tails, we're going to put these in their butter and let them sit there for a minute. We're going to get our cast iron ready to go to do that reverse or the sear on them, and it'll be time to eat. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Okay, the moment we've been waiting for. Our steaks have temped out right at 120, 125 degrees. Our lobster tails, we brought those inside about 20 minutes ago, to be honest with you. We took them out of the shell and I let them sit inside that butter marinade mixture I made. And what we're going to do from here, Ava, is we're going to take them out. And you see I've got this cast iron right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to reverse sear them. Now, I've got duck fat that I'm going to put on the actual tails themselves. Once I put it on there, I'm going to baste it. It's only going to take probably a minute per side with the lobster. The steaks will take a little bit longer, but I'll show you that later on in the video. So we'll just stop talking and get two of them on here. You can see it's already pretty hot. All we're going to do with this little duck fat is put it on there. You got to be careful with duck fat. That stuff is it'll flame broil if you're not careful. So we're going to leave those on for a minute. We're going to turn them, baste them for another minute, pull them inside, let them rest, off with the steaks. We'll see you in a few minutes. Thanks for watching, guys. Okay, the lobster tails are done. Now we're going to do the same thing for the ribeyes, and all I'm doing is I'm just putting the duck fat on top of it, a little baste if you will. We're going to take this ribeye over. We're going to put it on like so. And we're going to give this right at a minute and a half on each side to get that nice reverse sear on it, searing that remaining flavor. Take it inside, put a little Cosmos Reserve on it as it rests. 15 minutes later, we'll be eating good. Thanks for watching. Okay, Ava and Reese, it's the time we've been waiting for, right? It's time to eat. So let's go ahead and take our foil off. We've been letting these rest for both right at 15 minutes. And what do you think, girls? How do those look?
Good.
Good?
The steak looks delicious.
The steak looks delicious. Yeah, you can maybe come and get a close shot before we get to work on this, but it does look pretty good. I want to recap what we did. For the lobster tails, we got them at Sam's Club.
Yeah.
We cut them in half, right?
Yeah.
We had a little butter mixture that we used. It was some butter, some parsley, some lemon zest, some lemon, some garlic, right?
Yes, that
We
looks
put-
like a chicken.
It looks like a big chicken wing, that's right, I agree. We put it out there on the smoker. We did it 15 minutes meat side down. We turned it over, 15 minutes meat side up. Really, it took 20 minutes, if I'm being honest. We pulled them at a temp of just over 120 degrees. After that, we heated up our reverse sear, if you will, a little cast iron we have. We coated them with duck fat from duck char, is where I get it at. And then we seared them and just did a minute at a time on each side, and it gave it a really nice sear. They temped right at 140 degrees. Over here on our ribeyes, we got these from a local place that just opened up, Grillo's right there in Lake St. Louis. Again, he cut them for me, did a wonderful job. We seasoned these with several different of our Cosmos brand, our Hot Dirty Bird, our Hot Cow Cover, our Texas Beef. We marinated them before with the Cosmos brisket mop. We put those on at 275 as well, right, Ava? We used Blues Hog Lump. We used pecan wood for the smoke. And we got those to a temp right at 100, and it was 122 when I pulled them, Reese. And then we did the same thing. We coated them with our duck fat. Again, we get from Duck Char, and they're out of St. Louis, another local area. And it was just over 2 minutes per side that we seared these, and it took it right to 140 to about 135 degrees. We brought them inside. We let them rest for, it's just been right at 15 minutes. And now the fun part, Ava. Now we get to cut in and eat these bad boys. So what do you guys want to try first, the lobster or the steak?
The steak. The steak.
Oh my goodness, so I'm going to cut the lobster first. So come a little bit closer. They're not big lobster fans, but we're just going to cut in here, and that's part of the cook's privilege. You can look and see that's done really well, and you want to see that red coloring on that. That means it's done. It's not overdone by any means. And I'm going to try a bite, girls, because I get to try a bite.
Yeah.
And that was really good. So now we're going to cut this steak. Is that all right, girls?
Yeah. Who's gonna have the first bite?
I don't know. Who wants the first bite?
I do.
Ava wants the first bite. So we're going to slice into this, and what I love about a ribeye is it's got that.
Whenever it's my birthday, I get the first piece of cake because Ava gets the first piece of steak.
That is good negotiations. If you didn't know it, these girls are twins, and their birthday is coming up, and they just negotiated for their birthday who will get the first bite of steak today, and who will get their first bite of the birthday cake.
I get the first bite of birthday cake. While
Okay.
Ava gets the first bite of steak.
Well, girls, that looks good. If you want to come up and take a look at that, see, that's done perfect. And girls, let me cut you a piece. And you know what we'll do, just to be fair, I'll give you it at the same time. How's that sound?
Yeah, that's fun.
Okay, so here you go. Bon appetit, girls. And of course, I have to try it. What do you think? Does this mean good in Twin Talk? Well, according to Twin Talk, S-Hogs 3 and 4, that means it's good. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.